Another episode of Culinary Chaos with your favorite frazzled mom of two. Today, we're diving into the wonderful world of mushroom and spinach frittata. Now, before we get started, let me just say that this recipe is perfect for those mornings when you've barely had enough sleep to function, but still need to whip up something impressive for breakfast. Trust me, I know the feeling. Just last week, I had to make this frittata while simultaneously breaking up a fight between my kids over who got to use the good spoon. Spoiler alert. The good spoon is just a regular spoon that somehow became the holy grail of utensils in our house. All right, let's talk ingredients. For this delicious frittata, you'll need 8 large eggs, half a cup of milk, 1 cup of sliced mushrooms, 2 cups of fresh spinach, half a cup of crumbled feta cheese, 1/4 cup of chopped onions, 2 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, salt, and pepper to taste. Now, if you're like me and sometimes forget to buy ingredients, don't worry. You can always substitute the spinach with whatever leafy greens you have lying around in your fridge. Kale works great, and so does that half-wilted lettuce you've been ignoring for a week. Hey, no judgment here. We've all been there. Before we dive into the cooking process, let me give you some quick info about this dish. Prep time is about 10 minutes, and cooking time is around 20 minutes. This frittata is perfect for breakfast, brunch, or even dinner if you're feeling rebellious. It's packed with protein from the eggs and nutrients from the veggies, making it a healthy option for those days when you actually care about nutrition. Which, let's be honest, is not every day. Sometimes you just need to eat a whole bag of chips and call it self-care. Now, let's get cooking. First, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's heating up, crack your eggs into a large bowl. If you're like me, you'll probably get some shell in there. Don't worry, it's just extra calcium. Whisk those eggs with the milk, salt, and pepper. Set this mixture aside and try not to think about how much it looks like something your kid would bring home from preschool art class. Next, heat the olive oil in a 10-inch oven-safe skillet over medium heat. Add the chopped onions and minced garlic and sauté them until they're soft and fragrant. This should take about 3 to 4 minutes. If you burn them, just tell everyone it's caramelized, and they'll think you're fancy. Now add the sliced mushrooms to the skillet and cook them until they're golden brown and have released most of their moisture. This usually takes about 5 to 7 minutes. While they're cooking, you can practice your stand-up routine. My go-to joke is, why did the mushroom go to the party? Because he was a fun guy. I'll be here all week, folks. Once the mushrooms are done, add the spinach to the skillet and cook until it's wilted, which should only take a minute or 2. If you're using kale instead, it might take a bit longer. Just cook it until it's tender enough that you can pretend it's not kale. Now comes the fun part. Pour the egg mixture over the vegetables in the skillet. Make sure it's evenly distributed. Then, sprinkle the crumbled feta cheese over the top. If you're feeling extra fancy, you can add some halved cherry tomatoes or sliced bell peppers at this point. Just don't go overboard, or you'll end up with a vegetable medley masquerading as a frittata. Let the frittata cook on the stovetop for about 5 minutes, or until the edges start to set. Then, transfer the skillet to the preheated oven and bake for 10 to 15 minutes, or until the frittata is set and lightly golden on top. You'll know it's done when you can insert a knife into the center and it comes out clean. Unlike my house, which never comes out clean no matter how much I try. Once it's done, remove the frittata from the oven and let it cool for a few minutes. This is a great time to pour yourself a cup of coffee and prepare for the inevitable I don't like eggs wine from at least one of your kids. To serve, you can slice the frittata into wedges right in the skillet, or if you're feeling fancy, you can invert it onto a serving plate. Garnish with some fresh herbs if you're trying to impress someone, or just dig in if you're feeding your family who couldn't care less about presentation. This frittata is incredibly versatile. You can serve it hot, warm, or even cold. It's great for meal prep and it reheats well in the microwave. Just don't tell your Italian grandmother I said that. She'd probably disown me for suggesting microwaving eggs. Now, let's talk nutrition for a second. This frittata is high in protein, low in carbs, and packed with vitamins and minerals from the vegetables. It's a great option if you're trying to eat healthier, or if you're just trying to convince yourself that you're being healthy while secretly planning to eat an entire pint of ice cream later. If you're looking to mix things up, you can easily customize this frittata. Try different cheese combinations like cheddar and Parmesan, or go wild with goat cheese. You can also add some cooked bacon or ham if you're feeling meaty. Just remember, the more stuff you add, the longer it might take to cook through. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you're making this for a crowd, you can easily double the recipe and bake it in a 9 by 13-inch baking dish instead of a skillet. Just increase the baking time to about 20 to 25 minutes. This is perfect for those times when you've somehow been roped into hosting brunch for your entire extended family. You know, because apparently being able to scramble eggs makes you qualified to feed a small army. Speaking of feeding armies, let me tell you about the time I tried to make this frittata for my kids' soccer team. Picture this: 15 hungry kids, one frazzled mom, and a kitchen that looked like a tornado had hit it. I'm pretty sure I found eggshells in my hair for days afterwards. But you know what? Those kids devoured that frittata like it was the last meal on earth. And for a brief shining moment, I felt like a culinary goddess. Then I remembered I still had to clean up the kitchen. Before I wrap up, let me give you one last piece of advice. If you're making this frittata for a special occasion, like a brunch with friends or a family gathering, pair it with a simple green salad and some crusty bread. It'll make you look like you have your life together, even if you were frantically Googling how to make a frittata 10 minutes before your guests arrived. And there you have it, folks. A delicious, nutritious, and surprisingly easy mushroom and spinach frittata that's sure to impress. Whether you're cooking for your family, your friends, or just yourself, this frittata is a surefire winner. So go forth and conquer that kitchen. And remember, if all else fails, there's always cereal. This is your favorite frazzled mom, signing off until next time. Happy cooking, and may your eggs always be fluffy and your kitchen disasters be minimal.